The Court of Appeal in Abuja has affirmed the election of Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule. The appellate court also set aside the October 2nd judgment of the Nasarawa State Election Petition Tribunal that sacked the All Progressives Congress Sule and declared David Omugadu as the candidate of the People's Democratic Party winner of the governorship election, delivering judgment where the three-member panel led by Justice Uchechukwu Onyemenam held that the tribunal erred in law in concluding that Governor Sule did not win majority of the votes cast in the election. The court further ended that the governor was denied fair hearing. And the Chief Registrar of the Court of Appeal, Umar Bangari, has cleared air on the controversies surrounding the judgment delivered by the court on the Kano governorship election dispute. In a reaction, Bangari said that what happened in the judgment body was a typo error that did not in any way invalidate or change the findings and conclusions of the court. The Chief Registrar assured Nigerians that the error would be rectified once parties in the matter filed formal application to that effect. And he cited Order 23 Rule 4 of the Court of Appeal Handbook, which empowered the court to correct all clerical error once detected by the court or any other parties in the matter. He insisted that contrary to insinuations, the judgment of the court remained valid. And some supporters of the new Nigeria People's Party have hit the street in a solidarity march demanding for the justice in the certified true copy of the appeal court's judgment in Kano governorship tussle. The supporters who attended a special prayer session at Filin Mahaha around took to the street in a procession serving for justice to be served on the matter. The supporters say all they are asking for is justice and fairness from the judges and all stakeholders concerned. And meanwhile, police have dispersed the protesters with tear gas after attempting to cross to the state road from Book Road in the state.
I am calling on Nigerian judges and lawyers. We are Nigerians. We are from Kano State. We love Rabiu Musa Konkoso because he loves us. We love Abba Kabir Yusuf because he loves us. We are not going to stand by for these people to launch this injustice upon us. We don't have anybody. We don't have lawmakers. We don't have members of House of Representatives. We don't have senators. We only have God. We are calling on them to ensure that justice reigns.
And 2 persons were feared killed when bandits attacked Karo Namoda town, the headquarters of the Karo Namoda local government area of Zamfara state. According to eyewitnesses, the bandits invaded the town around 9:00 p.m. on Tuesday, shooting sporadically, forcing residents to scamper for safety. A resident of Karo Namoda town said 2 persons were killed during the attack, including a female student who was on her way to Islamia school. At that time, he said the troops of operation deployed to the town engaged the bandits in a gun duel and forced them to flee the town. The Adamawa State Governor Amadu Fintiri has described the violent clash between operatives of the Nigerian Army and police officers in the state as regrettable. Some soldiers had on Wednesday attacked the police command headquarters in Yola North local government area of the state, and the development led to the death of a police inspector, Jacob Daniel, throwing residents of the area into panic. And while reacting to the development in the statement on Thursday, Fintiri said that an emergency security meeting have been convened in reaction to the clash, adding that a resolution from the meeting emphasized a commitment to justice and collaboration for the peace of Adamawa and Nigeria. The governor commiserated with the family of the officer who lost his life in the clash. And worried by the recent rise in kidnappings in the nation's capital, the Senate has called on the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike to revisit the failed $500 million contract awarded in 2009 for installation of CCTV cameras in Abuja and its environs. The Senate also wants the executive to install CCTV cameras in strategic locations across the 36 states to forestall incidences of kidnapping and other criminal activities across the country. The report.
These resolutions, among others, were reached during Wednesday's plenary following a debate on a motion presented on the floor by the senator representing Delta North, Ned Nwoko. In his lead debate, Nwoko expressed concern over the kidnapping incident in Galadimao area of Abuja, where 19 people were forcefully taken from their homes, including his senior legislative aide, Chris Agidi. He further noted that out of the 19 individuals kidnapped, 12 are feared dead, while efforts to ascertain the well-being of the remaining 7 victims are ongoing.
Deeply worried that the failure to urgently address the kidnapping crisis in Nigeria, especially in FCT, could result in social unrest, loss of confidence in governance, humanitarian toll, economic decline, increased insecurity, and potential international implications, all of which could profoundly impact the nation's stability, prosperity, and international standing.
Contributing to the debate, Senators Enyi Nanya Abaribe and Adamu Alero noted that the security situation in Abuja has hit an all-time high, as most people can no longer sleep in their homes for fear of being attacked.
So many citizens no longer sleep in their homes. They run into town and go back during the day. So there's something very, very serious going on in around the Federal Capital Territory. No matter what we say, this is the capital territory of Nigeria. If there's anywhere that's going to be seen as very secure, this ought to be the most secure place in Nigeria. Now that it seems that the same lackadaisical attitude to security is being taken to, all of us are at risk.
Mr. President, FCT is home for everybody. That's why everybody is now coming into FCT to stay because of relative security compared to other places in the 36 states of the Federation. This is the seat of government. This is where the diplomats are staying. It is embarrassing. It's a national shame and disgrace for us to have this kind of thing. So the security agent must be up to task, and we must ginger them to do the needful.
The Senate leadership therefore called on the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, to increase patrol around the FCT and other parts of the country to curb the worrisome trend.
The federal government on Wednesday asked the Supreme Court to grant an extension of time for old Naira note to remain in circulation as a legal tender. The government also wants the court to lift its March 3 order that the old Naira notes should remain alongside the new notes until the 31st of December. In March, the Central Bank of Nigeria had said old 200 Naira, 500 Naira and 1,000 Naira banknotes would remain legal tender till the 31st of December 2023. The federal government further explained that should the Supreme Court decline its request to extend the period of circulation of old notes, the country stands the risk of descending into another national economic and financial crisis, as witnessed in the first quarter of the year when the Naira redesign policy was being implemented under the former central bank governor, Godwin Emefiele. And in order to tackle the menace of fake news in the country, media professionals have been charged to embrace fact-checking in their news reportage. And media experts gave the charge during the World Television Day celebration in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, organized by the Consolidated Chapter of the State Council of Nigeria Union of Journalists, NUJ. And speaking on the theme, a television, a strategic tool for conflict management and nation building, the media veterans advised journalists to constantly double-check reports before disseminating them to the public. And they insisted that media practitioners must continue to be objective, open and responsible in delivering accurate and trustworthy information in spite of the difficulties that confront its operation.
How can the media ensure that we make a nation out of this emergency situation we have found ourselves? Is to be fair to all in terms of reportage. Take the report, to the rural areas. Let the government know. You have to be the link between the government and the government. You take the report there. Where there is conflict, you have to report properly. You have to educate the people on the cause of the conflict and how to get out of it.
Especially at this time where we have a lot of issues dealing with behavioral issues coming from the youth. We as media practitioners need to be able to lead a blueprint that these young ones will follow. To strengthen access to information, we must promote inclusivity, especially for marginalized groups. We also need to improve media infrastructure and enable greater literacy in the country.
And you're watching News Updates on Trust TV. Still to come, we will tell you the story of a biker who rode from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia. More news when we return, to stay tuned.
Welcome to Trust TV, where we document the Nigerian story. Our programming showcases the rich culture and diversity of Nigeria. We strive to amplify the voices that make our nation unique. Our programming is designed to take you on a journey through the different tastes of entertainment in our country. We showcase the best of Nigerian culture, from traditional craft to cutting-edge technology. Our team of expert journalists are dedicated to unveiling the intricacies of our culture and telling the untold stories that binds us all. And let's not forget the food. Nigeria has diverse and flavorful cuisines, some of the favorites to millions across the world. What is Nigeria without its people, their passions and their talent? Trust TV is not just a channel, it's a platform that brings you closer to everything that makes Nigeria great. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust TV, and here is a recap of the major stories. Appeal Court sets aside tribunal judgment, affirms Abdullahi Saleh as Nasarawa State Governor. And two feared killed as bandits attack local government headquarters in Zamfara State. And moving on, the Borno State government has distributed 275 million naira cash, food and other items to 95,000 residents of Mongonu town in the Mongonu local government area of the state. And during the distribution, 55,000 women were each given 5,000 naira cash and a wrapper, while 40,000 male heads of households received 25 kg of rice and 10 kg of beans. And Mongonu, which was displaced by Boko Haram insurgents about 8 years ago before it was recaptured by the Nigerian military, hosts IDPs from 4 local government areas. The state governor, Babagana Zulum, at the distribution exercise said the palliative distribution will continue throughout his tenure in order to support communities severely affected by Boko Haram insurgency. And Zulum expressed gratitude to President Bola Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima for supporting Borno State government with rice through the Northeast Development Commission. And as the president's economic hardship across the country continues to take its toll on different sectors of the economy, women selling sugarcane as a source of livelihood in Kaduna State have been lamenting the surge in the price of the commodity. Trust TV's Bello Musa, who visited the Kaduna riverbank where the women came to buy the product, reports that although they have come to terms with the economic situation, the price increase is, however, threatening the survival of the business. The report.
They defy all odds to earn a living by using local canoes as the only means of transportation to farms across the river, where they buy the sugar cane and sell in the Kaduna metropolis.
We leave home at about 5 o'clock in the morning to the farm to buy the sugar cane and return around 10 p.m. after selling the sugar cane. We are just managing to remain in the business because we have no other option. Now, we hardly make profit after selling the sugarcane because we feed our children from this business. Sugarcane has become very expensive this year. That is why we have to leave our husband and go to the farm very early, else we will not get it to buy.
Despite the difficulties they encounter, these women were able to sustain the business during the sugarcane harvest season. However, the current economic realities are threatening the survival of their business.
We used to make more profit in the past, but now we buy 4 sticks of sugarcane at the rate of 1,000 naira. And if we don't get good sugarcane, then we will find it difficult to make profit.
Muhammad Mansur is a sugarcane farmer at the river bank where we met him. He told us some of the factors that led to the increase in the cost of sugarcane. Rising cost of living is responsible for the increase in the price of sugarcane. Moreover, the cost of fertilizer is another factor, because we used to buy a bag of fertilizer at the rate of 6,000 to 7,000 naira, but now we buy a bag at about 20,000 naira. We use machines to irrigate the sugar cane, but now we have to buy fuel at exorbitant rates. The women and other youths who also engage in buying and selling of the sugarcane across the river are appealing to the government to intervene through inputs and other incentives that will enable farmers to produce and sell sugarcane at a rate the buyers will be able to sustain their businesses. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
Aliyu Abduhali Obobo, who rode a bicycle from Jos, the Plateau State capital, to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for holy pilgrimage, has explained that his rationale for turning down a 200,000 rial offer for the bicycle in Saudi was because he would rather prefer the bicycle to be kept in a Nigerian museum as a national monument. The Nasarawa State-born, who made the historic journey between February 2021 to December 2022, said he was aware that the 200,000 rials offered him was equivalent to about 40 million naira, but that he decided to reject the offer in order to keep the bicycle and hand it over to the winner of the February 2023 Nigerian presidential election for safekeeping in the museum. And Dixon Amama, who was there, sent the report as presented from our studio.
Interacting with newsmen, Obobo said he received many praises, admiration, and warm welcome from the people for his feat, adding that it was a function in Saudi Arabia that one Egyptian pilgrim offered to pay him 200,000 rial in Makarem Ajiyad Makkah Hotel for the bicycle. He pointed out that one of his fulfillments is the assurance that by preserving the bicycle in the museum, generations yet unborn will not only learn of the history, but also see the bicycle that was used to make the history.
People know me with a legend from Allah, and I lived in Nigeria 2021, February 13. I went to Saudi Arabia with this bicycle. I flew Niger, Chad, Sudan, with the Red Sea to the Saudi Arabia. And I bought this, so I went to Saudi Arabia. People that they need my bicycle that I use it right from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia. Then bought this bicycle 200,000 riyal. I said I cannot sell it. I want to bring this bicycle back to my country, Nigeria. I'm a part of my country, Nigeria.
On why he embarked on the journey from Nigeria to Saudi Arabia with the bicycle, he said it was out of his love for the Islamic faith, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, and his desire to perform the pilgrimage in his lifetime. According to him, after realizing he may not be able to foot the bills for the trip, he had to travel using bicycle.
Every day I'm praying to God, Lord, I don't have the money to fly on air, and I have the strength to go to Saudi Arabia. Like Allah told me to go. My bishop telling me that Ali, you go. I'll help you. I'll help you to go to Saudi Arabia. People say that Ali, you know you want to go to Saudi Arabia. There is winch, there is lion, there is everything. I say no. I have mind to do it, and nothing will happen to me. From my way going, I meet Boko Haram, and from there I meet lion. And the lion didn't come to me. As God showed me the sign of shouting, the way they be shouting very far on me, and nothing happened to me. I saw lion, snake, elephant, different kind of white animal, and Allah saved me on it. As I stay in Sahara, this Niger Sahara, for almost 8 days to 9 days in Sahara.
He thanked the Lagos State government officials and the Hausa community in Lagos for playing crucial roles in his homecoming, adding that upon his arrival in Lagos, he will liaise with the leaders for further activities towards depositing of the bicycle in the museum.
The International Air Transport Association has revealed that phones trapped by foreign carriers operating in Nigeria and other parts of Africa have surpassed a staggering $1.68 billion. The IATA's Regional Vice President of Africa and Middle East, Camille Al-Awada, revealed this at the African Airlines Association 50/50 meeting in Uganda. The report. Apart from Nigeria, other countries holding airlines phones are Ghana, Ethiopia, Angola, and Zimbabwe. According to the International Air Transport Association, this revelation underscores the economic impact of international air travel in the region. This figure is indeed significant, as the aviation industry has long been a vital contributor to the economic development of nations, fostering tourism, trade, and connectivity. The revelation comes amid efforts by African governments to bolster their aviation sector, improve infrastructure, and enhance regulatory frameworks to attract more international carriers.
If we want to boost investor confidence in our economy, then we need to demonstrate evidence that we are ready to fix the problem. And in my opinion, one of the things we have to do is to begin to do all that is necessary to grow the level of non-oil exports in Nigeria. It's not just foreign investors affected. Even Nigerian businesses are terribly affected with what is going on right now in the foreign exchange in Nigeria. So, of course, it is damaging our economy. It is eroding investor confidence.
Although the IATA has emphasized that airlines cannot continue to offer services in markets where they are unable to repatriate revenues from commercial activities in those markets, aviation expert Godwin Ike holds an opposing view.
There is nowhere in the world that foreign airlines make the kind of money they make in Nigeria. If we are paying so much for their tickets, then they should be ready to buy the dollar at the rate that financial institutions around the world are trading naira. Well, I wouldn't call it, in my own language, I wouldn't call it blocked as in blocked. If they are willing to trade their naira elsewhere and get the dollars they are looking for, if they are willing to do so, some of us can give them information on how to go about it.
Whatever the case, stakeholders are hopeful that a swift resolution will be reached, as the aviation sector is not only an economic enabler, but a pillar of modern economies. And on the foreign scene, the Israeli army has arrested the director of Al-Shifa Hospital, the highest medical complex in the Gaza Strip. Muhammad Abdul Salim Ma was arrested alongside with several other senior doctors. Khalid Abu Samra, a department chief in the hospital, said on Thursday. The arrest was also reported by the Israeli Broadcasting Authority and was confirmed in a post on social media platform X by Salmina's cousin Ahmad Abdul Salmina. And Gaza's Ministry of Health said it wants an explanation from the World Health Organization, as medics were traveling in a WHO convoy were patients when they stopped and detained by Israeli forces. He said the ministry had decided to stop coordination with the WHO regarding evacuations until they sent them a report explaining what happened. And in a statement, Hamas said it strongly denounces the arrest of Salmiya and his colleagues, calling on the International Committee of the Red Cross and other international organizations to work towards their immediate release. And in sport, former Akwa United head coach Kennedy Boboye has been appointed as the new technical advisor of Nigeria Premier Football League, the NPFL, Heartland FC until the end of 2023-2024 season. And Boboye replaces Christian Obi as the first gaffer after he failed to secure a single win in the first 9 league games that season as head coach of the Ners Millionaires. And the Heartland FC management has informed Obi to work under the former Plateau United gaffer as an assistant or move to the Heartland FC Team B side. And Boboye's first charge as head coach of the 5-time NPFL champions will be in his Oriental Derby this weekend when they play host to the NPFL champions Eyimba at the Dan Ayam Stadium, Owerri. And with that, we've come to the end of News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms for more news, documentaries, and updates. My name is Chiamaka Enendu. Thank you for watching.